I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
Oh, yes. Keep going.
With new Star Wars being announced, I thought it'd be pretty interesting to go back and rank all the movies from worst to best before I crash out, seeing Palpatine's little angel saving the galaxy again that this angel already saved. In last place, unsurprisingly, the Clone Wars movie. I love the Clone Wars series more than Taco Bell $5 boxes, and trust me, besides the bubble guts, I love those boxes. Broke boy heaven. But sometimes we forget that a decent amount of the series is pretty buns. The show has super high highs, but also super low lows. This movie in particular is all lows. Ahsoka's annoying as shit, Anakin chopped as hell, weak ass fits, what the hell is that? And just a boring plot overall.
Chill, Unc. I was with fine shit.
At 11, Last Jedi.
What the fuck?
At 10, The Rise of Skywalker.
It's awful.
Somehow Palpatine returns.
At 9, The Phantom Menace. I know this is pretty low, but this is my list, so you know, womp womp. I've just never really enjoyed this movie. As a kid, I thought it was boring, and as an adult, I just want Jar Jar to use that tongue and schnauzer to violate my ass. I remember watching this with my grandma before she was thrown in jail for vandalism when she visited the Pentagon, and she fell asleep, so I do want to list some positives before I move on. Pod Race was cool. Darth Maul duel was so peaked that I went to bed thinking about it, and I didn't think the kid who played Anakin, I don't remember his name, was all that bad, to be honest. People be gassing it. At 8, we got Attack of the Clones. When I was a jit, I used to think this movie was way better than it was because I love clones and wars, which reminds me, you know those sped kids in high school who knew every detail about World War II? They can list every battle in chronological order but can't spell their names, and they'd be the ones to fist their pencil like this. Anyways, I would set up a battle between my toys while this movie played on TV. We couldn't afford Lego, so I would use random toys and objects as clones and vehicles. Like, I pretended this shit was like an ATT walker. Like, what the fuck? I think I was acoustic as well. But all that brought me so much joy, so it kind of hurts to put this movie this low. I will start with the stuff I really liked. All the scenes of Kamino and Jango Fett was really cool to see. The Jedi versus the droids battle near the end always causes white tears down my legs. Come on, man! Padme bad as hell. Count Dooku can Dooku all over my chest. This ship always reminded me of a brown, uncracked pistachio. Yoda was definitely aura farming when he fought Dooku. And I know Yoda be cracking Yaddle raw. What? You guys think it's pink or green?
You can't keep getting away with it!
But unfortunately, most of the stuff outside of this was pretty mid. It was basically Anakin trying to steal my girl and characters talking in front of green screens. And they nerfed the fuck out the Jedi. Like this dude here, bruh, he worked his whole life. Hours of meditation, hours of using the Force, hours of touching Yoda. And you get slime like this, bro did not get a single lick.
Salam alaikum, alaikum salam.
Still love this movie though, watched it over 20 times.
Hold on.
Number 7, Solo. If you come into it expecting a masterpiece, prepare to be disappointed. But if you're looking for a fun mini adventure, then you got what you were looking for. I like the relationship between Han and Qi'ra. Side note, Qi'ra might be a top 3 hottest characters in Star Wars.
We did it! Oh my god, we did it!
Honestly, I ship Han and Qi'ra more than Han and Leia. Like, Leia, make up your mind, Han or your brother. If Leia didn't find out that Vader was her father, she probably would have tried touching him too. I also enjoyed seeing the Crimson Dawn and just like the development of the crime syndicates after the fall of the Empire. I feel like Star Wars doesn't explore this as much as they should.
Put a ticket in, make a living gang!
Back to the movie though, Donald Glover is a lot of fun as Lando, gives off that nonchalant aura, and who doesn't love Chewbacca? Wait a minute. Does Chewbacca have a... Because I feel like he be cracking mad Wookiee buns. The Force be calling him Chewdicka. And to this day, I don't know why the trailer made it seem as if Chewbacca was going to get deleted. Do you think we're restarted? Oh yeah, and we get to see Darth Maul at the very end. That was pretty cool. Would have been cooler had he not lost all that aura with the Palps fight in Clone Wars. Like, look at bro begging for his life. Are you trying to give the Mandas, Mandalorian Huz, the ick buddy?
I'm gay and I like dick.
But yeah, Solo's pretty good. Overhated in my opinion. 6, Rogue One. Now let me explain. The final third of the movie with Vader and the battle on Scarif was tough, but the first 66% of the movie was ass. I'd rather spend those 80 minutes at the DMV with 20 non-English speakers ahead of me in line than watch the first 2/3 of Rogue One. I couldn't remember a single character name besides Jen Erso. There was also that blind guy, he was pretty cool. Diego was also pretty cool, but that's only because of Andor, and everyone else I didn't really give a shit about. When they all got deleted, I was just like, damn, that's tough. Where's Vader? I personally think that it would have been better as a TV series, kind of like Andor, so they can flesh out the characters a little bit more. There is still a lot to like though. For example, it's one of the best looking Star Wars films of all time. I'm no film student, but the way it's shot in some of the scenes I'm showing on screen right now, it's majestic. Soundtrack also sticks out as one of the best. The space and aerial battles are the best out of any Star Wars movie. Fast pace, different POVs, and finally this movie is top tier Darth Vader aura farming. No other movie depicts him with this much aura. 5. The Force Awakens. I know a lot of people don't like the sequels, and obviously I don't either, but a large reason why I didn't like the sequels was because there was so much potential after this movie. It set up a pretty interesting climate after the original trilogy with the First Order, and I enjoyed personally all the new characters. Rey and Finn were a great duo. Kylo Ren actually had some aura.
So you don't have to look at it anymore.
Han Solo and Chewbacca are classics. Everyone loved BB-8 from what I understand. I like the fact that they focused on the new characters as opposed to just relying on the original cast. Change isn't always bad. So when Han Solo was deleted, I wasn't that mad because I thought that there would be a good story, character development, or just like a good reason why it happened that they would explore later in the trilogy. Well, you know, obviously that didn't happen, but
Where the fuck is Ben?
and then another critique I've heard is that it's too similar to A New Hope, and yeah, it is. But when you're focusing on new characters and want to ensure that people actually like them, why not go with a story that's already proven to work? Yes, I do dock them some points for them playing it too safe. Force Awakens doesn't try to do anything innovative, but it also doesn't do anything to hurt the franchise, unlike another movie.
We are the spark that will light the fire.
You stupid Nick!
So yeah, sequels deserve the hate, but this one's alright. At number 4, Return of the Jedi. Typically in a trilogy, the finale is usually the hardest to nail, but I think this movie actually does. I always liked the beginning with freeing Han Solo from Pizza the Hut. Luke had so much aura the way he walked into Jabba's palace. I'd argue this is where his aura peaked, cause what the fuck was bro doing here? Like bro's faking it just so he can skip school. Daddy, stop it! Daddy, stop! Like you're giving Leia the ick, bro. That's why she ended up choosing Indiana Jones veiny ass did instead of your Alabama ass. And seeing Leia in Jabba's palace had my tiny 8-year-old dick bricked. When my dad walked out the shower butt-ass naked, I was like, Daddy, who is this girl? And he was like, that's not a girl, that's a woman. He then proceeded to teach me how to jerk.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Taught me how to yield a lightsaber as he was a master Jedi, if you know what I mean. As y'all know though, Darth Vader sacrifices himself to gain some aura because he didn't have to carry poppy pops like that. Could have just stabbed him with his sword or his lightsaber.
What do you mean by that?
And then everyone celebrates the end of the Empire until Walt Disney decided the celebration needed to end.
Do you mind?
And if I'm Luke, during that party on Endor, knowing Leia's taken, I'm snooping around the huts and finding a female Ewok. Look, I just helped save the galaxy. All that good is surely gonna balance out this crime. 3. Revenge of the Sith.
You should have demanded more respect.
I should have.
Yeah, of course.
Yes! Yes!
This is where the fun begins.
Anakin Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker prequels, George Lucas, Anakin Skywalker.
Theory sayers.
George, Anakin.
Oh my God.
Yes!
Hey guys, how you doing? It's currently 2:02 in the morning. The camera died. I'm sorry, we didn't film the rest of it, but we had a blast, we had a good time. I'm now in the room. I just filmed the
There is a lot to love about it. Obviously, it's still top 3. Anakin's slow transition to the dark side, that absolutely goated ass council fight. Well, actually not really. How the fuck do Jedi Masters get slimed out with such basic ass moves?
Get out! Are you serious? Get out!
Imagine being a defensive player of the year and then getting cooked by a Flight Reacts crossover and Hezi. Just put the fries in the bag. Like, I know Poppy Palps is strong, but that shit was too free. Mans could have just stood there and the Jedi Masters would have ended up injuring themselves before getting a single lick. Windu was the only one who retained his aura, and he would have won if Anakin wasn't so charming. And of course, after Master Windu loses his ability to goon and experiences a small boo-boo from a mild fall, we get one of the most iconic scenes in Star Wars.
Oh my god, threw up!
Order 66.
So who's ready to kill some younglings? I know I am. Damn it.
It's beautiful. The way they depicted the clones turning was perfect, and they've done so many versions and different perspectives of Order 66 in shows and video games, but nothing really compares to Yoda sliming out those clones on Kashyyyk. That backflip jump and decap combination was... Not gonna lie though, now that I'm thinking about it, Yoda is an OG aura farmer. So nonchalant.
Jealous you are of my riz.
Speaking of aura farming, the final fight between Anakin and this middle-aged ginger was so peak. What is the purpose of this move? This is actually next gen aura farming because there's no one even watching them. It's just two of them in that room. The lava environment was perfect. Music made me feel like a finger was up there digging for last night's dinner. What? It was awesome. At the same time, we got Yoda versus Poppy Palps. Look at how Yoda just absorbed his aura. So friggin' tough, yo. But I do think there are some parts, specifically in the beginning and the middle of the movie, that drag just a little bit and aren't paced that well. It's very nitpicky, but I have to be because the next two movies above this are literally perfect, or at least as perfect as you can get. At number 2, Empire Strikes Back. For many people, this is their favorite.
Don't. You little shit.
You start off on Hoth with the Empire closing in. So many iconic Lego sets that I couldn't afford because I was broke as hell was based on this battle.
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
Got a cameo from Monsters Inc. Luke and Han doing cardio together in the Tauntaun to stay warm. I love how much Han and Leia's relationship builds in this movie. We get to see Yoda riding Luke on Dagobah.
Tweaking I am in front of the Chuz.
Training, putting in that work, unlike another character. Learning about the Jedi way, how to properly touch his lightsaber, patience, fighting your fears, how to riz your sister. After that, we get to see Cloud City for the first time. In my opinion, the coolest location in Star Wars. A literal city in the clouds, like some sky high shit. I'll never understand why we haven't gone back to Cloud City besides Star Wars Battlefront. A whole movie could take place in Cloud City, so Disney gotta show it some more love. But in Cloud City, there's of course the duel between Vader and Luke, and then from that battle, we get the most iconic line in Star Wars.
I am Darth Vadering it. I'm Darth Vadering it. Dork side. Oh!
I think what people really like about this movie is the fact that it ends with the bad guys on top of the good guys, breathing on their neck and getting deep positioning in the restricted area.
After all that,
the bad guys actually win. Infinity War type of feeling, and people like to feel different. But I don't. I like an original story where the good guys win, and that's why at number 1, I have A New Hope.
How do they make this more and more epic every time? How do they make this more and more epic every...
You can honestly make me switch this movie with Empire Strikes Back and I wouldn't really argue with you. That's how close they are. But I just enjoy how neatly this movie ends with blowing the Death Star and the gang all receiving medals for the best dit in the galaxy. Dit Vader never stood a chance. I just love everything about this movie. The story and the characters could work whether they were in Star Wars or not. That's how you know it's good. My favorite character is that homeless meth addict that spies on Luke. Luke might be his secret plug. I'll never forget how amazed I was when I first saw that hallway scene with the stormtroopers Swiss cheesing the rebels. That's how you know I was fucked up as a kid. I was rooting for the bad guys. My dumb ass wanted the Empire to take over. I like Law and Order, you know?
you rebel scum.
The only complaints I do have, and these are very negligible, but I gotta bring them up, are the lightsaber fights and Luke. Look, I know Dit Vader and that homeless guy's lightsaber duel was supposed to be more symbolic than action, but it's still lame. Why bro moving like Los Polos after Cheesy Todd night? And then my second complaint is that Luke is a whiny bitch. He gets better as the movie progresses, but still, he reminds me of Invincible, crying all season. No, we can't rehabilitate these bad guys. They're bad guys. Like, bro, tell that to Wreck-It Ralph, you son of a... But yeah, that's my list. In terms of the new movie announced Star Wars Starfighter, I'm pretty hyped. We don't always need lightsabers and force powers. It's a whole galaxy. You could literally make any original story if you thought about it and put in actual time. And I think a movie about a pilot could be comp if done correctly. I'm hoping this movie could be at least least as good as like Force Awakens. Fun movie, good start with potential, but not without its flaws. The Mandalorian and Grogu movie is apparently ass, so I don't know about that one. I'm probably the most hyped for Andor Season 2. Andor Season 1 was truly the best I ever felt being a Star Wars fan. It was phenomenal. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can join Pua's Palace. And yeah, alrighty, love ya.
I am.
If you want a french fry, eat a french fry.